Hello, hello. Happy Friday night. It is Tracy here with Miss Tracy Creates, and it's another Create and Connect session. You guys, thank you so much for joining us for this wonderful premiere week. It's been so much fun. This is day 3. There's still day 4 that will be happening tomorrow. And then Sunday night, we have something special planned that I'll be telling you about. So come on in and say hi. Let me know that you're here. We're going to be doing napkin crafting tonight. And you are going to be my guest in the Napkin Club. You get to be my guest tonight in the Napkin Club. So hello. I hope that you're ready for a great weekend. Maybe you plan on doing some crafting this weekend, and maybe what I show you today will help inspire you. Hello, Lila. Lila's watching over on YouTube. Hi, Betty. Betty's watching on Facebook. Hello. Hi, Christina. Hi, Arlene. Hello, Lori. Again, hello. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Doreen. Hello, Melinda and Betty and Sherry. Okay, now the names are coming a lot faster. So thank you for coming back. Thank you for coming back. It's been really fun. I've been going live at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. every day since Wednesday. And so I'll be doing it again tomorrow, 11 and 7, and then Sunday night at 7 p.m. That is our grand finale. I'll be doing some live reveals. Also going to be sharing our grand prize winners. So if you haven't registered for the event yet, make sure you do that. It's free. There's no cost for this, but the registration list is the list that we're pulling our grand prize winners from. So we want to make sure that you get on that list and that you have an opportunity to win our grand prizes. There will be 3 lucky winners, 3 lucky makers, crafters that are going to win 6 months free in the membership group or creative club of their choice. And so we love giving that as a grand prize. It's always so fun to see who's going to be blessed with it, with those 3 grand prizes. So make sure that you get signed up. I do have some of my team members over in the comments and in the chat, and they're going to make sure that you have links that you need to be able to go and register. Or for those of you that are considering joining us in the Napkin Club, we'll share a link for you as well, so you can go get all of the info and all the fun things. Okay. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate you saying that. She said all the sessions have been great. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, for some of you, you've been kind of homebound because it's been so cold and snowy and icy. And so, yeah, I hope these sessions have brought you some joy. Yes. All right. Well, tonight, let's go ahead and jump in. I have a lot of my Napkin Club members, I think, will be probably popping in this evening. I'm going to be working with a bundle that we currently have, that all the members in there currently have. It's the bundle that we shipped out to them in January. And then in February, so if you were to sign up now, if you come in February, your first bundle is going to be, let me pop this on stage really quickly here, is called Easter Garden Party. Easter, you guys, this year is April 5th. And this is just such a fun, it's a mix of Easter spring, okay? Super, super cute napkins, all designed by me. Some of them are what I call builder napkins. And if you're wondering what a builder napkin is, I think I'm actually going to show you one tonight, just so that you can, you understand what they are. Okay. Which basically, let me just grab one. Hang on. So this will be a little sneak peek for you. So basically, a builder napkin is, it's a napkin you're never going to find somewhere else, because this isn't the kind of napkin that you're going to see sold, really. So this, my friends, is what I consider to be like a builder napkin. Now you're going to have to forget that you saw this. Okay, hang on. Let me decide which one I want to show you. Okay, so I think I'll show you these. Oh, I don't know. What should I show you? Okay. I think I might show you these. Let me see what else on this one. Okay, so A builder's napkin is basically for us as crafters, and it has elements on a napkin that then we're going to use to build maybe some kind of a collage, or, springtime's coming, maybe a bouquet, something like that. And so I'm going to show you this one. This is a really good example of a builder's napkin. Okay. So most of the time, if you went to go, let me hide these. Sorry. The rest of them, you have to wait till Sunday night to see. Okay, you have to wait till Sunday night to see. So I'm going to take this off the stage. And yes, I'm going to do a prize giveaway, and I'll start that giveaway here in just a minute. But I want to show this to you first. Okay, so this, you guys, is what I would consider a builder's napkin. Like normally a napkin would have pretty flower, whatever on it. But do you see how all of these images, look, they're all on one napkin. Look at that. All these different flowers, different sizes, different colors, different shapes, all on one napkin, because we're in there, have a white background, because we don't need all the noise around them, because we're going to be cutting them out to build something, to actually put these into some really fun little containers that are napkins that I cannot show you yet, that I will show you Sunday night. Okay, so I hope this makes sense to you. Kind of, again, you're not going to see something like this. This is a crafter's napkin bundle. Now, some of the napkins in the bundle are going to be, again, what I call builders. Okay. Okay, I'll just leave it like that for right now. Some of them are going to be builders like that. Some of them are going to be what I call instant gratification, which means instant art, like something you could just immediately put onto a surface and you have a fabulous decor piece or a gift or something like that. Some of the pieces, especially going into 2026, I'm leaning into my mixed media artists and my card makers, because there are a lot of you that have requested small scaled down versions. So I have a fabulous napkin in here you're going to love, because I scaled down some of our builder napkins for you guys so that they're smaller, meaning that the image itself is smaller. Okay, so there's so many things. Sometimes, like tonight, I'm going to be working with one of the things I'm going to be working with are these cute little Valentine designs, really cute. There's just always, depending on the season or the projects I have planned for us, these napkin bundles are constantly changing. And so they're really, really fun. And yes, Michelle, you're right. I love the watercolor look. So yes, a lot of my imagery and stuff has a watercolor look to them, or a hand painted look to them. So I'm looking forward to showing you everything, all of the designs, not just the napkins, but all the designs, right? All the designs on these napkins. And I'll be doing the live reveal on Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and get our live gift away started. I don't want to forget that. And I have to set that up after I'm live. So I'm going to pop over here and get this going. And all you have to do is comment, and it's going to throw your name into a random drawing. And at the end, it's going to just scroll through people's names and spit us out a winner. Okay, let me make sure it's collecting comments right now. All right, good. We're collecting comments right now. Awesome. 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 I love it when it all works out like that. Technology is being my friend tonight, and I hope it continues to be. Yes. So if you are in the Napkin Club and you're watching right now, I would love for you to just post a little comment about maybe one of your favorite projects, or just what you love about the Napkin Club. I think it's good for people to hear that from other people, from members, people besides just me, right? Because I feel like sometimes they're able to take another crafter's word for it more so than the person that's trying to, telling you all these things, right? And so we're going to jump in tonight. And basically what's going to happen is you are going to be a guest in the Napkin Club tonight. Okay. So this is going to be giving you kind of a peek into some of the things that we do, over in the Napkin Club. And I'm excited for you to be here because we have a lot of really amazing things planned for the Napkin Club in 2026. Really exciting things. And we'll talk about that a little bit more as we craft tonight. Okay, that's right. We can napkinize anything, anything. And the only thing that you need is you need somebody that can help you to show you and teach you what's the best tips or best techniques or practices for those different types of surfaces. Okay. Yes, so much fun. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into our let's go ahead and start crafting here tonight. Let me get the camera set up and I'm going to talk through a little bit of what we're doing. Now, I did put this on the Create and Connect supply list, but you guys, I just want you, those of you that are a guest here, I just want you to kind of soak up the learning and all the things. Don't feel like you have to make the same things as me. This is just to teach you, and then you can go out and napkinize. That's my word for anything that we kind of transform with napkin art. You can napkinize other surfaces of your own choice. Okay, so this is what I'm using tonight. I already just started some pre-painting. I still have a little bit of painting here to do. But you guys, I picked this up at Hobby Lobby, and I just think it's so cute. It is a wooden box, which, by the way, fits our napkins like perfectly. That's what drew me to it. And it's got a great little metal handle here. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is just so cute. So I have a number for you. In fact, I think I left it over here. Let me grab my little tag for you. If I can get past these cords. Well, guys, I don't see it where I thought I put it. So it is linked in the supply list for Create and Connect. So those of you that are members, I'll pop over into the supply list for Create and Connect, and I'll post it in the private Napkin Club group here in just a little bit. It's in like the raw wood section. Okay. I believe the price was like $8.99, but of course I don't buy anything from Hobby Lobby unless it's on sale. So I'm sure I got probably 30 or 40% off of that. I really love the size. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. What I'm going to be doing first is just getting the painting done. I just wanted you to see that it's just this raw naked wood is what I call it. Just naked wood. And look at this. I love this too, because this, you know, again, I like easy, and this was easy because look what happens with the handle. All I have to do is kind of pull it apart and it pops right out. It pops right out. And that's nice. That's nice. We don't have to try to cut around it and all those things. So I'm painting tonight. Let me push up my sleeves here. I'm painting tonight with my, it's white. It's actually, Country Chic paint. It's chalk and mineral based paints. That's what I use all the time. We carry them here in the shop because I just absolutely love them. I am a junker, a thrifter. Anybody else in here like that? Anybody else like to give fresh new life to old things? I kind of have an old soul, so I just love pairing old things with new things and just, you know, transforming them, things like that. And so I think that's why I'm just so pro chalk and mineral based paint, because this stuff will bond to anything. It really will. It already has a sealer built into it. And I don't have to, you know, when I find something out and about, I don't have to go to the trouble of stripping something or using chemicals or, you know, I can just literally just clean something off and then just go straight to it and paint it. It does take about 24 to 48 hours to cure. So what does cure mean? Cure is not just meaning dry. It's the hardening time. It's the time that it takes for the paint to actually really, truly harden to the surface. So if you like the distressed look, like you like to distress things and stuff like that, I love that too. You would want to do your distressing before that paint completely hardens. You can distress after it's dry, but after it's cured, it's going to be much harder to do that. Okay, does that make sense to you? So I'm just coming in and you can see the coverage. The coverage is great. This is the pure white, which is called Simplicity, because I am going to be putting my napkins on the sides of this beautiful little, what should we call this? Box, pail, wooden bucket, wooden pail, wooden container. Let's just call it a wooden container. And so it's just really nice. And the napkin art really just looks great on it. It has a more of a matte finish to it. And so that looks really good with the napkin art. So I just really love it. I know a lot of my members are sold on it now too. I can't say enough good things about it. Of course, we have all different colors, but tonight I'm using white. I actually, do you see these little hearts over here? These are just little wooden craft hearts, and I did paint them in case, I don't even know for sure if I'm going to use them, but I painted them up ahead of time. The red is called Poppy. The pink is called Raspberry Sorbet. And so I painted them up ahead of time just in case I decide to use them tonight. Okay, so now we've got this painted. I had already painted the inside. And I'm on top of parchment paper. Oops, that was still a little wet. Let's go back over this. And then I'm going to dry my paint. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to use my little heat gun here to help dry my paint. And we're going to decorate this. We're going to napkinize this cute little wooden container. And then my plans for this wooden container are to hold my Valentine treats. So I do a few things. I do put out a few things for as far as decor for Valentine's Day. Not a lot, but just I have a couple little areas in the house where I put out a few things. And one of the things is I was kind of looking through my stuff. I have quite a few things like decor type things, but not something to specifically hold my little treats. And I have grandkids that come over that I like to give treats to. I think something like this would be even cute in an office or on your desk or, just somewhere, that you want to sprinkle a little love and kindness to someone and they can take a treat. And I had a blast doing the advice from a piece of chocolate canvas with you. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And so, yeah, if I'm going to have that out, then I have to have some chocolate out, right? Yes. So now that I have this done, I'm not going to put the handle back in it. Okay. I just want you to see, oh, I haven't painted the bottom. Well, I'll paint the bottom later. I'm not going to worry about that right now. So there you go. In fact, sometimes with things like this, I put a little piece of felt on the bottom. I literally just cut out a square of felt and glue it to the bottom so it doesn't risk scratching up furniture or anything like that. I know you can get the little felt tabs too, if you wanted to, so you could do that as well. Okay. No, these, I do not sell these. This came from Hobby Lobby. The little craft hearts, you can find them in any craft store. Yeah, they're everywhere. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to move this one out of the way. It has some paint on it. And I need to do something else, though, with you first. A lot of times, and again, you're my guest in the Napkin Club right now, right? So when we're doing multiple types of things, I try to stage it out in a way that it can help you know how to stage things out at home when you're making multiple things at once. So now that this is painted, I'm actually going to move this out of the way for a minute. Okay. If it needs to keep drying or whatever, it could keep drying. I think I'm pretty dry now since I pre-painted some of it. But I'm going to do something else. Okay. One of the napkins I'm going to be using tonight, actually, there's a couple of them. Let me get to those. Slide this over here. So this is the napkin I'm going to use on my box. And I just think it's just so cute. This is from the Frames and Phrases bundle that shipped out to our members in January. Once you become a member, you do have access to past bundles and past napkins that you can purchase. We only sell them to Napkin Club members. That is a big benefit of being a member. And then, because we have a lot of people that might want to make multiples or sell things in craft shows, things like that. So we make sure that they have access to get more if they want them. So this says, sprinkle kindness and love every day in every way. I think that's so cute. So, and I just think the love, all of that is so cute. And then on this side, it's just a happy Valentine's Day. Okay. Very, very cute. These were designed by me. And I just think they're darling. I like to put a lot of pink into, I'm not really a red, white, black kind of Valentine person. I'm more of a pinks and reds and whites, that kind of colorful scheme. And then I also made us this in this bundle, because the new Valentine's Day was coming up, some really cute little Valentine graphics here on these napkins. And they're actually, there's 16 on one napkin. So let me just open this up for you so you can see there's 16, right? There's 2 of each set. 2 of each set, and then on this one as well, 2 of each set, 2 of each set, 2 of each set. And I tried to think about like who you would be giving a little something to. So like this one is really cute. You can count on me. Like that'd be so cute for a coworker or maybe even a teacher. You've captured my heart. Let's see, there's several in here. You light up my life. The pizza one is for my grandson. You stole a pizza, my heart. They're just very, very fun and punny, right? Just fun and punny. And so these will be really cute for me I'm going to actually make tags from them. And then I'm going to tie the little tags off of little bags of treats. Okay. So, and then these treats can live in my cute little bucket until I'm ready to give it to them, or I can just fill it up with a variety of candy. Okay. So if I'm going to ever do paper crafting with napkins, I love to do what's called the iron-on method. Okay. And I need to just make sure you all know this. Okay. There is more than one way to peel an apple, or however you want to say that, right? And that's the same way with napkin art. There are going to be people out there that like to put napkins on paper one way or another way, or this way or that way. And honestly, honest to goodness, I've been doing this a very, very, very long time. And I'm telling you, hands down, the iron-on method is the best method for paper crafting. I just truly believe it, and I push it and I push it because I just want your projects to turn out amazing every single time. So here's what I've done. Okay. This is just white cardstock, 65-pound white cardstock, nothing special. It cannot be like copy paper. It's got to be an actual cardstock. Okay. And I cut these into 3x4-inch pieces. Okay. So they're 3x4-inch pieces. And the very first step for this process, and you can do the iron-on process with different surfaces, but right now we're just talking about paper. And where is my Mod Podge container? It's over here. Okay. Sorry, I was doing some crafting in here earlier, so some of my supplies have managed to, run around my room. I'm at my studio at the shop tonight. So I'm going to put in some Mod Podge. And by the way, for paper, again, still really love using the Mod Podge matte, which is the yellow label. Gives you a nice kind of satiny finish, and it's just great. So I went ahead and cut my paper into the sizes I need it to be. You don't necessarily have to do that. I just happen to do that. It could be the full sheet of paper that you paint up with your Mod Podge. But for tonight, I knew I wanted them to be this size, so I just went ahead and cut them up. Okay, so now I'm going to dip into my Mod Podge, and I'm just going to paint over the tops of these. Just one side, a nice healthy coat. It should look wet. And just so you know, when paper gets wet, moist, damp, wet, it wants to curl. And so that's exactly what's going to happen with these. They're going to kind of curl a little bit, but I don't want you to worry because we're going to use the iron, and the iron is going to just flatten everything right back out. So I'm just painting a coat on top of these. Just want you to see exactly what that looks like. I love the iron-on method. You can do the iron-on method with lots of surfaces that are smooth. It is important that they're smooth surfaces, otherwise it doesn't fully adhere. But it is great for smooth surfaces and definitely really great for paper crafting. Okay, so those of you that love paper crafting, card making, just we've done all kinds of things. Trust me, this is what you would do. So I'm on top of a piece of parchment paper, and I'm just going to put these to the side and let them dry. Okay, so I'm going to put those to the side and let them dry. And I just want to show you that I have a stack here that's already dried. Okay, I have a stack here that's already dried, and I want you to see that once they're dry, I can just stack them up. They don't stick to each other. And so what I love about this is, like, if you're a card maker, and this is one thing I do, it's a great way for me to use up my scraps of napkins after I'm done making bigger projects and I just have little bits of this and that left. What I do is, if you like to give cards or make tags or just things like that, I go ahead and cut the size of the card front that I use the most often. I go ahead and cut them all up. I paint them all up, right? And I let them dry, paint them with the Mod Podge, let them dry. And then when they're dry, I just stack them up, and then they're ready. They're ready to go. When I'm ready, they're ready. Okay. So it's really nice. I'm just using 3x4 because I'm making small tags out of this. If you wanted to do, like, if you're doing like an A2 card, which I do a lot of those because it's just a nice standard card size, then you'll figure out your measurement just for your front, right, to go right on the front of that folded cardstock card or whatever you're making. And then if you use that size all the time, just go ahead and cut them up and get your little supply already ready to go. Okay. Saves you a lot of time. So now that is done, right? We're doing two different types of things tonight. So we're kind of staging these things out. So like that could be drying while you go back to a different project, right? Yeah, I cut mine 3x4. Yes, I cut mine 3x4. How do I clean my Mod Podge? Great question. Okay, so my Mod Podge brush, this is just a regular paintbrush. You guys, I use warm water and Dawn dishwashing, or Dawn detergent. Not detergent. Dawn liquid soap. Like you would hand wash your dishes with. Dawn soap is so powerful, so just warm water and Dawn soap. That's what I use. Now, there have been times when I'm crafting at night and I just forget. I'm tired when I'm done and I forget to wash out my brush that night, and it can be dried really hard. A way that you can rescue your brushes is Murphy's oil soap. Murphy's oil soap. Let them soak in there for a little bit. And then a lot of times I'm able to rescue a brush if I forget to clean it after, if it goes for like a whole night or a whole day without getting cleaned. So Murphy's oil soap is great. But other than that, just warm water, Dawn dish soap. Yeah, it's fabulous. I don't know what they put in it, but it works great. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's go back to our piece here, and let me just make sure. I think I'm going to just dry it a little bit more, and I'm going to switch my camera screen again. Where do I buy my brushes? I usually, honestly, I buy them in bulk through a distributor just because we use them so much up here. I think we're going to start selling some of them because they're not expensive, but I just love them because I like the width of the brush. I like a brush that's like 3/4 to an inch. I like that size of brush. But it's just a regular artist brush. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy about it. Okay. Those were the two sides I did. Okay, I feel like those are good to go. And we'll come back to our iron-on method in just a little bit. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with the side of my little wooden pail. Remember, I still have my little handle here. I'm going to start with the side that has the hole. Okay. That has the hole here. And I'm going to grab my napkin. This particular napkin has 2 of each image on it. So it's perfect for the 4 sides here. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut these apart. There we go. All right. So let me show you what the reason I want to show you why it's a good idea to start with the side of the box container that has the hole. If I put this here, okay, then that hole, I can kind of feel it. It's kind of like right there. And I was thinking about wrapping my little metal handle with ribbon or something and maybe tying a cute bow off the side. And that would disrupt, it would make it hard for me to see the cute words on this napkin, right? So it's like, okay, well then let's see what the heart would look like. And I really feel like the heart is better because look, here is, well, you can't see it, but I can feel it. My hole is right up here. My saying is down here. So I'm going to use the hearts on this side of my little container here. And I'm going to go ahead and take off the plies. I do the lick and stick method. Okay. If that doesn't work for you, you can use just a little tiny drop. Just put a little tiny drop of Mod Podge on your fingertip and then just kind of do it like this till it feels really sticky, and then that will work as well. Okay. We need to get the plies off of these. We do sometimes do things with these bigger plies. So I usually hang on to these. I don't always hang on to the little ones, you know, the little bitty pieces, but these are nice to hang on to. And if you think you're going to become a member of the Napkin Club, hang on to these. And if you already are a member of the Napkin Club, hang on to these because I'm going to be doing something with them very soon in one of our workshops. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and get all the plies off right now. Because usually if I don't, then I don't think about it. And yes, even me, sometimes I get in a hurry. As crafters, we get in a hurry and we can forget to take them off. And here's the danger in that. If we don't take the plies off and we go to decoupage our adorable napkin art onto our surface, what happens is when we put the top coat on, sometimes even before that, the top tissue basically kind of pulls up. It tries to remove itself. It bubbles up, it pulls up, it tears. And that's where the pretty artwork is, right? So we have to be careful about that. Okay, so we're going to save those, right, girls? Yes, we're going to save those. So many fun things we can do with those. Okay, so again, I have parchment paper underneath me. Just makes it a little easier so I don't accidentally stick to my brown paper and all of that. So we're going to do this just traditional, what I call the wet method, just the traditional wet method. And I'm going to just get a nice healthy coat here of Mod Podge on this side of my wooden container. We've done planters before, you guys. Spring is coming, so I want to do some more planters this year. We've done tiles. We've even done cement pavers for outside. And yes, you can put your napkin art outside as long as it's prepared for the outside. So many things we've done. Okay, so I'm going to kind of hold this up in the light. I want you to see that it looks wet. It needs to look wet. Don't be too skimpy with your Mod Podge. And now I'm going to take my Happy Valentine's Day heart here, and I'm just going to kind of pull this downward. Remember, I don't really necessarily need this to be exactly lined up. because I kind of want the heart to come down a little bit. So here's the bottom, because I have that hole, and actually you can see the hole now. You can see it through the tissue right there. So this is where I'm going to land with my napkin. I'm going to use the wonderful, magical, yet very ordinary plastic sheets. Okay, these are deli bakery plastic sheets. You can get them on Amazon. They're great because it's plastic wrap that doesn't stick to itself. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down on top, and I'm going to start just kind of smoothing out where the words are first, kind of the center. And this particular wood, you can feel it's got a little bit of texture to it from the wood grain. And so I just really want to make sure I'm kind of really smoothing this down, again, starting from the center, then working my way out. I start off kind of softly, but then I start using more pressure, because I really want this napkin tissue to really grab hold of this texture that's on this piece of wood. So I'm really pushing that down in. I know I've had people say before they like to use brayers. I don't really like to use brayers unless it's a super, super smooth surface. I'm just not crazy about that. Just the fatty part of my fingers right here can get down into kind of little nooks and crannies and things like that that a brayer can't. Okay, so I really like just using my hands for this, especially on this particular surface, on a wood surface. Okay, so now we're going to lift this off, and this is a good tell for you. This is for our new members, and I don't know if you can even see it, but there is Mod Podge that has come up through the napkin that's on this plastic wrap. That's a good sign. That means that you're putting enough Mod Podge on that, and you're also burnishing or smoothing it out with enough pressure. We should see a little bit of that Mod Podge come up through. If not, don't start over. Just keep working, but make sure the next time you do it, maybe you put on a little more Mod Podge, a little heavier coat, or you press down a little harder. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to dry this, and mainly I'm just drying the outside edges because we're going to sand this off. Anything that's hanging over the edge, we're going to sand off because we're going to have something unique on each square. Very, very cute. So I'm mainly focusing on the sides here, because again, as I mentioned, when the tissue's wet, that it's at its most fragile and could tear. Okay, I love these sheets too. They're fabulous. So I'm going to take my little piece, just a little piece of sandpaper. This is thin tissue, so you could, if you have a little sanding file, you could use that. If you have even an emery board, I have a thick emery board that I use sometimes with crafting. If you have a little block, sanding block, whatever you have. I like to just get sheets of this and then just cut them up into small pieces. So we just want to get rid of anything that's hanging over the edge, and I have just a little tiny bit up here. It's going to be so cute. Okay. Now, there's my little hole right there. We're going to deal with that in a little bit. We're not going to worry about that right now. And I'm going to go ahead, because I'm on top of my piece of parchment here. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over to the opposite side that also has the hole. And I'm going to do this all over again. I may have to get some more Mod Podge soon. Okay. So with the Napkin Club, one of our changes this year, and it won't start, February will be a normal crafters napkin bundle. It's the Easter garden party. And then in March, you're going to get another crafters napkin bundle. But we are making a change this year. Starting in March, we're going to work with that crafters napkin bundle in March and also in April. Okay. Because what we found, especially now that I've kind of changed them to these crafters bundles, we haven't had enough time to really, I need more time to show you all the things that I want to make from them. And so I think this is going to be a great compromise for all of us. We've already talked to our Napkin Club members about it, and they're excited. But March, you'll get a bundle that we'll be working with from March through April, or about 8 weeks. Okay, 8 weeks worth of classes. And then in April, because I want you to get Happy Mail every month, in April, the off months, okay, you're going to get a specialty napkin kit. Okay, you're going to get a specialty napkin kit with a surface. It's this April, it's a custom laser cut wood surface. It's only going to be available to you, members of the Napkin Club. I'm so excited about it. And then we'll schedule a date for what I'm going to call our kit together, a kit together. So I'm really, really excited about this. I'm really looking forward to it. And it's going to help those of us that have been in the, those of you that have been in the Napkin Club for a long time, because your napkins start to pile up, right? And we don't want that. I want you to be inspired and know what you could do with all the napkins in your bundles. So I'm really, really looking forward to this change, but that won't be happening until March. And then April will be your first napkin kit. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that. It'll be a unique surface, custom surface. Well, surfaces will change because every other month, because we can use so many different surfaces. A couple of unique napkins designed for that project. And then happy extras, which could be ribbon, embellishments, things like that. All right. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and lift this up. And again, I can see my Mod Podge on my plastic wrap. So that's a good thing. And I'm going to just dry the edges. I generally we meet in the Napkin Club on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Central. But if you can't meet at that time, y'all can watch the replays at any time you wish. We have a lot of people. We have crafters that are early birds that like to watch them early in the morning. We have night owls who like to watch them late at night. So you'll have access to watch the replays anytime. All right, that feels pretty good and dry. So again, I'm just going to come in and take off the sides here. Now you could cut this down, like you could trim this down so you didn't have to sand off anything. But I'm telling you, it's hard to place something that's the exact size to fit on something else. You would think it would be easy, but it's not. It's really hard. It's nice to have some wiggle room. It's nice to have something to hold on to as you're kind of positioning your napkin tissue. So I would rather it be a little larger and then come in and either decoupage it down the sides or sand it off. Okay. So let me get rid of this bit of dust here. Nice. All right, now we're going to go to this side. Now these are the sides that don't have the holes, so we don't have to worry about anything. This will be easy. I think this is going to turn out so cute. The other thing I think you'll like about the Napkin Club is you're not just learning napkin art techniques. I mean, obviously you are, but you're also, we do painting techniques and distressing techniques. And sometimes, in fact, one reason I wanted to extend our time with the bundles is our members really they like to watch me add what I call add the frills, which might be adding like, the ribbon or the embellishments or however I'm kind of fussing them up, And so now we're going to have more time to be able to do those things. So I'm looking forward to our switch up. Okay. All right. Can you guys still see? I know this box is the perfect size for our napkins. These napkins are all luncheon size. So I'm going to bring this one. And so really I'm just kind of eyeballing. I don't usually measure. I'm just kind of eyeballing the center. This is such a cute one. I really love this one. So fun. All right, I'm going to go back to my plastic wrap. Always getting a new sheet because you can never use a plastic wrap sheet that's wet. Okay, that's really important. We can't use one that's wet. It'll pull your napkin right back off. So you can let them dry and reuse them, but eventually that Mod Podge is going to start to flake off of them. So you can reuse them, maybe a couple times, and then after that you need to toss them. But just make sure they're dry before if you are going to reuse them. Sprinkle kindness and love every day in every way. So sweet. All right. Lift that back off. So after I get the sides done for this, you guys, I'm going to put a top coat on it. And then I'm going to set it to the side. And while that's drying, we're going to work on our tags, okay, on our paper crafted tags and our iron-on method. So when I start the next one here, I'll turn my iron on so it can get hot. And I'm being a little more cautious when I'm sanding off this edge because now there's a napkin over here. So I just want to be a little more careful. Now the bottom, I can just go to town on. But I'm going to be a little more cautious where the napkins meet. So just a little softer, not quite so aggressive. Perfect. Look, it's going to be so cute. I think another reason I love napkin art so much is honestly, when you need to do a project or do a craft that's really quick and easy, I call it like it's instant gratification, right? Napkin art is your thing. It can be so quick and easy. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't step it up and do some other things that take a little more time when you have the time, but it sure is nice to have a craft, a way to create something quickly when you need something quickly, like you need a gift quickly and you want it to be something handmade. We don't always have like hours and hours of a day to be able to do that. So napkin art is it's just easy art. So much fun. So sometimes I'll be showing you things that are quick, cute, and easy. And then sometimes I'm going to stretch you a little bit and we're going to do some things that are kind of out of the box. Sometimes we'll be, again, doing different techniques so that I can show you the best tips and best practices for a certain type of surface, all those things. It never gets boring in the Napkin Club, does it, girls? If you're in the Napkin Club right now, does it ever get boring? It never gets boring. There's always something new that I can show you, something new that we can do. I love it. All right. Get our last side down. Never, yeah. Mary, you're right. It never gets boring. Always something new. That's right, Buttons. Yes. All right. Let's peel this one off. And again, carefully, we don't want to be too aggressive when we take those sheets off. And again, I'm going to dry the sides. Don't forget, I have that live, have that prize to give away live tonight. Don't let me forget, okay? You guys, don't let me forget. Okay, so again, I'm going to be a little more, just a little bit more cautious, a little softer with my sanding on where the napkins meet. Perfect. And then we're going to seal this. It is important. If I'm going to make something, I want it to last. I don't want to have a project that's just going to fall apart the next season when I get it out and I realize, oh, I can't use this. It's all falling apart. I don't want that to happen. So I like to seal my napkin art projects. And depending on what they are, where they're going, what their purpose is, we seal them sometimes in different ways. But like for a project like this, I'm simply just going to do a light coat of the Mod Podge matte on top. It's going to protect it if I need to, wipe it down. We don't like throw these in the dishwasher. We don't throw them in a soapy water, but we could take a cloth or a baby wipe or a wet cloth and just wipe them down if we need to, if they're sealed. Okay. So that's good. And then also by protecting them and sealing them, we can come in and we can do some pen work, right? If we want to add pen work, sparkle, if we want to do any kind of artsy things on top, we can do it and the napkin won't be able to absorb it because it's already been sealed. Okay. All right. This is looking so good. All right. So all I have to do now, I'm going to go ahead and turn my iron on over here so that can be getting hot. And I typically, for the iron-on method, I keep my iron on its highest, hottest setting, no water, no steam, no water. In fact, if you have an iron that you just use for crafting, you really should never put water in it. It's just better to be a dry, hot iron, okay? So here we go. We're just going to put a nice, just a thin, even coat over this. There will be sometimes in the Napkin Club when I tell you, like, I would prefer to spray seal this project. If it needs to be weatherproof, I may use an outdoor sealer. There's different kinds of sealers, different things that we can do. So just a quick, thin coat. Let me get a little more Mod Podge in here. I think I'm going to finish off this bottle. We're still going to deal with that hole. Don't worry. We're going to deal with it. But we're going to go ahead and seal this first. And having a wide brush really makes this nice and easy and quick. Okay, so now I'm going to have to just kind of hold this. One thing that comes up for new napkin, our newbies, our new napkin members sometimes is they'll get bubbles or something come up when they put their top coat on. There's a couple different reasons that could happen. One of them is you did not wait long enough for the base coat of Mod Podge to be completely dry. Remember how I said paper tends to curl? Well, even tissue is a form of paper. So if the bottom coat isn't dry and you put the top coat on too soon, then that tissue tries to lift a little bit, okay? The other reason that could happen is if you missed a spot, or your Mod Podge was put on too thin in a spot, okay? So just little things like that. And the more that you practice, the better and better you're going to get. And you're going to learn all these little, these little tips, these little things to look for. And then you won't have those issues anymore. All right, this is my last side. And then we're going to work on our little Valentine tags. Y'all having fun? You enjoying watching? If you're enjoying watching and you're new, you're going to really enjoy being a member. You should come and join us. And if you join during Create and Connect, we have a welcome gift for you. Yes, if you join during Create and Connect, we're going to send you a little variety bundle of napkins so that you have something you can play with to get started while you're waiting on your first actual Napkin Club bundles to arrive. Okay, so don't let me forget, I'll have to paint the bottom. A little bit of tissue in there. I'll let it go in there. Okay, so now this has its top coat. It's going to look a little bit milky, but it's going to dry crystal clear. So now I'm going to move it out of the way, and we're going to bring back our Mod Podged paper, okay? All right. Let me do a quick little cleanup here too. I've got dust everywhere from sanding all the things. Okay, the other thing you need to know is when you're doing the iron-on method, obviously you need to be on an ironable surface. This tabletop right here, actually, I can iron on it, which is great, but I still like to sometimes put down, again, a fresh sheet of parchment paper. I'm going to actually grab 2 of these, one for below and one for on top. Okay, so I'm going to grab a couple of those. And I'm going to grab my little cards here. Now, again, I want you to see they're going to be kind of warped and curvy and, you know, all the things, because, again, that's what paper does when paper gets wet. But it is nice, and they do tend to flatten back out after you have several of them made and you have them kind of stacked up, have your supply ready. If you came on late, I definitely want you to go back and watch the replay, because we walked through the steps to start our iron-on method for our little Valentine tags. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead. I'm going to lay a few of these out. We'll start with 6. And I'm going to grab my cute little napkins here. These are just so fun. I think this little mushroom one is cute. It says, "You take up so much room in my heart." Isn't that fun? Okay. So all in all, you have, like I said, there's a duplicate for each on each square, because I had a feeling that if you are doing little napkin Valentine treats or cards or tags, then you needed several. Okay, we'll start with these. These are all so cute. I love these two. They're just all fun. Super, super fun. So the next thing I'm going to do is just kind of cut them into portions. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take myself off the screen here so that you guys can see this better. And I'm going to bring the camera in. There we go. I know. That mushroom one is cute, isn't it? You want your daughter to have that one? Fun. Okay. So just cutting them into portions. I'm not worried about the size or, you know, trying to get this exactly even, because the white of this background, that's why I gave it a white background, is just going to blend right in with our paper. I love you from my head to my toes. Tomatoes, to my toes, tomatoes. It's cute. All right. So now I'm going to take off the plies. Okay. So I was trying to figure out how many actual designs there are. There are 8. So there's 16 different designs times 2. So you wind up with 32 of these little things. Ooh, I love it when both plies come off at the same time. So let me show you some of the other ones here too. Okay, will you be my Valentine? This one's kind of fun. My life would suck without you. SUCC, little succulent cactus. You're one in a melon. You mean a latte to me. I love you very much. You stole a piece of my heart. You melt my heart. The ice cream. They all have faces, if you haven't noticed. Even the pizza. Everybody has a face. You light up my world. And let's see the other ones on this one. I don't know what I do without you. I'm nuts about you. My heart beats for you. I think we've said all these. So yeah, just really fun. Okay, so now that I've got this situated, I can decide where I want these to go. I'm just kind of centering them a little bit here. And if it bothers you that the paper is curling, then just do this. Just do this. So it kind of flattens back out for you. I kind of like the idea of it being kind of centered because at the top, I'm going to put a hole, right? These are going to be tags for me. So at the top, I'm going to put a hole. And then if I want to, depending on how much time I plan to craft on these, I could add some cute little ribbon or trim on the bottom. It just depends how much you want to fuss these up, right? The frills. How much do you want to add to these? Okay, so I think these look pretty good right there. Bring this one over a little bit. Okay, right about there. So now that I have these here, straighten up my camera a little bit, I'm going to take my top piece of parchment paper and just put it straight down. Okay, put it straight down. And now I'm going to grab my little iron. I use my little Oliso. This is my craft iron. It's a mini, and I love it. And again, it's on its hottest setting. No water. And I'm simply going to iron over these. And I'm not just like pushing the iron or moving the iron. I am kind of pushing down with some gentle pressure. Okay, because I really want this tissue to become part of this paper. And what's going to happen is the heat from the iron is going to activate the Mod Podge. And it's going to just meld. The tissue is going to kind of meld right into that Mod Podge onto that paper. We can always kind of take a peek, see how it's looking. So cute. Okay, let me just take a look really quick before I turn my iron off. Fun. Look how cute. Okay, I can see this one just a little bit right up here. So if you notice that one is kind of, not all the way down, It just means it needs a little more heat. And there we go. Isn't that fun? It's so much fun. So now then, if you want, it's easier sometimes for me to turn these over to the back. And then instead of sanding, we're just cutting away, right? So if you see any additional paper or the tissue, where the tissue the paper tissue overlaps, I'm just trimming that off. Now we have a decision to make now. Okay. I have to decide, am I going to seal these? Okay. Am I going to seal these? Do I need to seal these? Sometimes, depending on what I'm doing with the paper craft, I will seal them. Like if I know for a fact I want to add pen work or something like that to them, I will seal them because the napkin will try to, absorb the ink if I don't. But if I don't want to mess with sealing them, and sometimes it depends on who you're giving them to as well, right? Like if these are just going to be cute little tags on, treat bags for your grandkids, are your grandkids really going to keep these? I don't know, maybe, but maybe not, right? So sometimes you have to think about, like, okay, who's getting these? Is it worth it? Is it worth sealing them? Now, if you do seal them, and I'm okay with sealing them, that's fine. We can seal them tonight. If you do seal them though, when you do the iron on method, you guys, if your paper feels warm at all, just the slightest bit, do not put the top coat on them. And it just needs a little thin top coat because, again, we want this Mod Podge to be completely set up, and it will be when it's cool. Okay, it will be when it's cool. So these still feel just a little bit warm. I think we'll just kind of let them be for a minute, just for a little bit, because again, if they are warm at all, then that Mod Podge hasn't completely set up. It needs to be cool. Virginia says, can you use a wooden TV tray as your ironing board surface, then place parchment paper on top each time before you start your project? Probably. I don't see why not. I'd probably go ahead and put parchment paper underneath and on top, Virginia. Yeah, just in case, Yeah, but you can do this at your ironing board if you need to, or even just put a towel down or something. You just need something down. So if I wanted to use these for, yes, Rhonda, you're exactly right. Like for scrapbook layouts, how cute would these be on a scrapbooking page? Or again, this could be a front to a card if you want to do Valentine cards instead of tags. There's so many things that we can do. But I just want to warn you, make sure they feel cool to the touch before you go in and add anything on top. So for me, I'm actually not going to add any pen work on these. I really just don't feel like I need to. I think they look cute without it. I don't think they need it. My grandkids definitely will not appreciate the time that it takes for me to go in and do pen work on them. So I'm actually not going to seal these tonight. But if you did want to, like if you're doing some really beautiful cards or something and you want to do pen work, you want to do other things, okay, definitely let them cool and then just a very thin coat on top of them. If the paper curls again, you don't have to worry about it, okay? Like let's just pretend like my top coat has dried. If it's dry and they warp again, then just go iron over them again. It's not going to hurt a thing. You can just put your parchment paper down and iron over them again. Most of the time that top thin, because it's a really thin coat that I put, that thin, even top coat usually does not make a difference. But just in case, if you did need to iron back over them again to flatten them, you could. Okay, you definitely could. All right, so I'm going to stack all of these together. And I have a hole punch here. This is a crocodile. It's like the Superman of all hole punches, but I like it. The hole punch is on these ends right here, and there's a big hole right here. So I can actually put all these cards in at one time, these tags in at one time, and punch my hole through. Okay, now the other thing, if you're a paper person, you might have a corner rounder or a corner nipper. So you could do decorative corners. It's fine. You can punch right through it. You can punch through your even the napkin tissue, the Mod Podge, all of that. So you could come in and do some cute little decorative corners if you wanted to. And then, of course, I want these to sparkle. So I could add some stickles, something like that. I'm going to add some on this camera now that it's nice and cool. So yeah, I want to add some fun sparkle. And again, it's just totally up to you. I'm just using the tip to kind of color this in. So I'm opting to not do pin work. Okay, no pin work for me on this one. Sparkle wherever I want. I can even come down here and sparkle my heart. It's a nice thin applicator. This will take it'll take a little bit to dry, not long, because I'm putting it on really thin. But I don't have to go back in and seal it. I don't have to go back in and do anything else to it. Now, I want you to notice something just happened because this was probably still a little bit warmer than it should be. So the tip kind of tore my napkin a little bit. So I'm just going to leave it alone. It just looks like a little highlight in my camera. So I'm going to back away from it and let that totally dry. Okay. So you can see, I think you can see the sparkle. You could just add however, decorate these up however you'd like. I also think that they'd be so cute with some fun little extras. So like on this one, I'm thinking some rickrack would be really cute. And that kind of stuff I'll just put on with something simple. Like my hot glue gun. Have some black and white ribbon here. And again, I'm not going to add the ribbon in here just yet because I'm going to be tying these off onto little treat bags. So, but I'll just run my ribbon through there or lace or trim or whatever that's going to be. So I could use my glue gun for this, or you could use like a fast grab craft glue. I'll just use this for right now. So I'm just going to kind of squeeze out just a little bit. This dries nice and clear, so it's great to use. If I want to add a little button, oh, that'd be cute. That's what I should do. I should add a little button in the center of the camera. That would be really, really cute. So once this is dry, I'll just snip off the ends, right? I'll have some cute, probably some baker's twine or something like that. Baker's twine is always great for treats. I'm going to go ahead and put this on because I want to show y'all something. So there's lots of different ways that we can make like little hangers and things like that. One way is to do this. I'm going to take the tails here, and I'm actually going to bring the tails through the front so that I have a little loop there. And I'm going to bring this down probably about like that. So you can see I started a knot. I'm just going to tie a little bow here. But then your little bow, and I didn't do that very even, but that just kind of gives you the idea. And you can tie knots in your twine, but then your bow is what keeps it from sliding through. So then you can add just like a little dot of glue or hot glue right above the hole, and then just push the bow down into it. Okay, just like that. And then you can unravel the ends or tie a knot in the ends of the tails, but just really, really cute like that. Isn't that fun? So if you were going to make these as tags and you put them on treat bags, because I'm a scrapbooker, I would probably give whichever person I'm giving this to, let's say it's one of my grandchildren, take their picture with it, and then I might confiscate the tag back to put on a layout with their picture of them holding it. Okay. Yeah, it's so cute, right? And just easy. This part is just the fun part, right? Add bling, buttons, ribbon, twine, whatever you want to add. You can I just think these are going to be just really, really fun and cute. So I'll keep sparkling mine up and kind of dressing mine up. I'll just put a cute little button in the center there. And then I'll take some pictures for you guys. Okay. Any questions on the cute little tags? Oh my gosh, they're going to be so adorable. And then if I do have a treat bag of candy, usually I use those little, like the little wire, like the bread ties for those. And then I can just literally just take my bread tie through this as well. So it's just hanging off the bag. Yeah, so cute. You could put a little pocket on the back. You could add a gift card. If you wanted to put a gift card in there, that'd be really cute too. And that would be super easy because you just need a piece of paper. It could be whatever, it could be napkinized, or it could just be a patterned paper, just a little piece here, and then just glue it on the 3 sides. Leave the top open like a pocket. You could stick a little gift card or a candy or something in there. Be really cute. Okay, we like that? I know, they're so cute. I can't wait to, this is going to be one of my weekend projects, is working on these. So I can get them done, and I'll get pictures for you when I get them all finished up. Very, very fun. Okay. Let's go back to our lovely pail now. Yeah, it's a fun way. You can actually do that with twine or a ribbon by tying the bow through, and then just secure it with this a little drop of hot glue or craft glue, something that's a fast grab. And it's really cute. Really fun, really fun and easy. So now we have this all sealed. It's all sealed. It's nice and dry. Everything's good. Do I want to do any pen work? I do. I do want to add some pen work on this one. So if I want to, I can come in and just, maybe I want to outline all the red hearts, right? So I could come in and just this is just doodle tracing around. So if I wanted to add any kind of pen work, this is the time to do it. So I'm thinking on this side, I'm going to do the pen work around all the red hearts. And then we can add stickles. We can add sparkle to this. Really doesn't need much, right? I think it's kind of fun. Oh, here's a red heart I missed. Okay, did I miss any others? I don't think so. I also have some gold accents with some of my other Valentine things. So I'm going to do gold around my pink hearts. I'm using a gold Uniball pen. And I don't have to go back in and reseal these because the types of pens I'm using are what we call steadfast. They're not going to react with moisture again. It's going to be cute. Just a little bit of gold in there. Okay, that's really fun. I do want to make sure that my pen work is dry before I do any kind of stickling. And now I could go in. I'm not going to do this right now because I'm going to do other things. And I usually add my stickles at the very end, like right before I go to bed. So don't get my hands in it and don't make a mess. But this is where I could go in. All of these hearts could sparkle. I could do the words could sparkle. I could even just sparkle this pretty eyelet trim around the edges here. So yes, I could stickle wherever I want. So I generally do pin work. Let's do some pin work on this side. I'll just show you kind of what I'm doing, and then you guys can decide later what you want to do or what you want to add. So on this one, what I want to do is I want the letters to stand out a little bit more. So I'm just going to come in and basically it's just like tracing, essentially. And every time my hand lifts up a little bit, I just kind of scoot over. I don't try to line up the lines. I just leave a little space in between. So when your hand just naturally lifts up, just skip a little tiny little space. It's when you usually go back and try to line things up, that's when things can be tricky. And then we don't like how it lined up, and then we try to fix it, and then it's worse, and all the things. There we go. Okay, cute. So I'm trying to think, do I want to add the gold? I think I might. Okay, so these have kind of like a fun little scallop around them. There's like a little scallop edge going around some of these. So I'm trying to decide. I think there's a little tiny, like right next to the scallop, there's a little tiny border. So I'm going to go in and put gold into this little tiny border. And I also thought it might be cute to actually do like little twine bows maybe on top of these bows. It just depends if you want things to be very dimensional on this part, the sides of your box or not. Okay, let's do this one. Looks, the O is a little different. So let's do the ones that actually have the little border here first. That's cute. That's pretty cute. I could come in, and even if I wanted to, I could even add a little bit of gold here. All right. I'll just do a little bit so y'all get the gist of it. Right? Look how cute that is. My favorite metallic pins are Uniball pins. So if you're a gold, silver person, I really love Uniball pins. But you may have other gel pins that you really like that are sparkly or metallic-y. Any of those things you can use. And if you get it a little bit on the black, then we just come back and we touch it up with the black pit pen that I was using a while ago. Dries really fast, which is nice. And these are already kind of doodly, so nothing has to be perfect about what you're coloring in. The trick with the Uniball is a light touch, because there is a little ball that kind of rolls around. And when you try to put down too much pressure, you're actually restricting the ink. So you want to be careful about that. That is so cute. Cute, cute, cute. So if you wanted to do anything over, like maybe you just want to do a little gold over some of the larger hearts, you can. And if you want your words to be bolder, you could go over those with pen work as well. And then what I was talking about with the twine is if you, and this is just an if, right? I'm just trying to give you some ideas here. If you wanted to, you could come in and make yourself some really cute little teeny bows right? That could go up here on top of these tags. They look like they're like little letter tags. Okay. You could also come in and embellish. These were the hearts that I painted, the little craft hearts. So if I wanted to come in and add, you know, a little red, a little pink, whatever, little craft hearts, little things like that. And I would definitely sparkle these up. I think these would be really cute. Maybe you have some cute buttons you want to use. It could be anything like that. Okay. And definitely some stickles. This is a Valentine thing. Like it just needs, to me, it needs to have some sparkle to it. Okay. So now let's talk about I'm going to have to raise this up. Yes, it'd be so cute. Let's talk about this. Right? Remember this? Now there is a hole here, and I'm just going to puncture right through the tissue and all the things. Just line it up and just push it in. And then you can just clean up the napkin stuff on the inside here. So easy to pop that back in and see how that doesn't cause us any issues with our hearts. Oh my gosh, it's just so cute. There's the one with the pin work. Super, super cute. Now, this is just silver. It's just plain silver. There's nothing real fancy about it. So I thought it would be fun if we kind of maybe jazzed it up a little bit. So what do you think? You like the idea? And I love that it goes down, like it will go down for storage, that kind of thing. So I was kind of leaning towards maybe adding a little bit of red. I've got this kind of wider red ribbon. So I just want to kind of look to see what this would look like if I wrapped this around my handle. And I actually really like it. I think that actually looks pretty cute. So it doesn't have to be a small ribbon. It could be a wide ribbon. It can really be anything that you want it to be. I'm going to start kind of right here. And I am going to be using a little bit of hot glue for this. Okay. I'm going to use a little hot glue for this. I know I'm definitely going to be getting another one of these because I'm thinking I just love that how it fits, how the square fits our napkins so well. So I'm going to start by putting this ribbon kind of right here underneath. And then I'm just going to kind of fold it up over the glue. Whoops, except for my glue dried too fast. Let's try this again. I just need it to hold for a second. There we go. I just need it to hold for a second. And I don't even care if it looks ugly right here because we're going to put a bow there. We're going to put something there. All right, so now that is done, just cut some of this off. I'm going to start wrapping. And then we're going to see how to deal with the corner. I like to be the guinea pig for these sometimes because sometimes you have an idea and you're like, I think this will work, but I just need to see it. And I think I could have actually spread this out wider as well. So when I get to the corner, let's see. Oh, that's not bad. Can you see it? Okay, so let me show you what happened on the corner. So when I got up here to the corner, right, I'm like this. So I'm here at the corner. I'm going up. You see how it looks almost like a triangle right there? But when I go up and around, when I pull it tight, when I pull it snug, it flattens all that back out. So I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to kind of spread this out more. Maybe you have some leftover red ribbon from Christmas bows. I think anything that has Valentine colors would be cute. You could even wrap with like twine or yarn, or I don't know. You could paint the handle if you want. It's actually very cute. Okay, so I'm coming here to another corner. Now I'm going the other way. So again, here I am at the corner. Can y'all see that? Oops, sorry. Let me bring it down this way. Okay, so here I am at the corner. Let's raise this up again. So you can see I'm here. There's my corner, right? So I'm going to go under one more time, but I'm going to pull it. See how that looks kind of like a triangle almost? Pulling it this way. But once I pull it snug, it's just wrapped. That's perfect. Just make sure you're just kind of pulling it snug every time. And I don't know why, but I'm getting I need to spread these out more. Luckily, I have a lot of this ribbon. I think I'm wrapping mine a little close. Okay, so now I'm kind of getting down to here. So I think I'm gonna cut it off about right there. So now that I'm kind of to here, because I don't want it to come unraveled, I'm going to go ahead and put another little bit of hot glue here just to hold this while I kind of go underneath here where it's next to the box. Yeah, I think I just need to go one more time. And so I'm just kind of sliding it down in there. All right, let's go ahead and secure. And again, I'm not going to worry too much about what this looks like because I'm going to put a cute little bow or something there. Okay, so I'm going to bring some more this way. And just kind of pull this under one more time, and then I'm going to trim it back here. Okay. So trim, trim, trim. And then I'm adding a little more glue just to close that off. So I want that to kind of be on the inside of the handle so you don't see it. That's cute. Oh, I was off the camera. I'm so sorry. I hope you could see most of that. Right? It's cute. I think it's cute. It's just cuter than having it be just regular wire. Right? Now it'll really be cute when it's full and all the fun things. So now let's go over here and let's do a fun little bow. Now also we've got some room along here. So again, like I had the rickrack a while ago. You could even, if you had some kind of trim that you want to put along the top, you could. That's the white. This is the pink. I think you could do anything like that. I also have this ribbon, which I think is so cute. So like that could be even cute along the top or the bottom, right? I mean, you guys can fuss these up as much as you want. So now let's make a bow. Okay. So I don't need this bow to be this big. This is just my leftover piece. So let's see. I don't want it to cover up too much of my heart. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, let me give y'all a measurement on this. Okay, we're going to make this even smaller. We're going to make this 12 inches because we don't want it to be so big that it covers up our napkin art. So let's do two 12-inch pieces. And it doesn't have to be the same ribbon. It could be something different. It doesn't have to be this wide. It's just up to you. And I'm going to go back to my twine here. This one's longer, so I'll just cut it in half. Okay, let's make a bow. You guys ready for it? All right, we're going to make two bows actually. So we're going to make a little tribute ribbon. We're going to make this look like a little tribute ribbon. Okay, just like that. Sorry, just making sure that you can see well. So now I'm going to pick this up. So these will be my tails. This will be my loops. I'm going to pick it up where I'm holding this top part. We did this the other day on the canvas. I like these kind of bows. I just want a cute little bow, right? It doesn't have to be anything super big. That's why I kind of like the 12 inches here. I'm going to put on, just hold it with my clothespin. If you're a bigger bow person and want to do something bigger, then that's fine too. So I'm going to take my twine here, and before I tie it, I just want to kind of make sure I have everything lined up well. And I do. So let's just tie a little knot. And that, look how cute that little bow is. We can adjust the tails, make those cute too. Look how cute that's going to be. All right, let's do it again. So again, just crisscrossing. It doesn't really matter which part is crisscrossed over. That doesn't matter. Where we crisscross will be the center of the bow. Take it here, put it behind, and then just, again, scrunch it up. I know I've kept you guys on pretty long tonight, but I wanted to show you the iron-on method. So you got kind of extra bang for your buck tonight. Those of you that are Napkin Club members and guests here in the Napkin Club. I figure it's Friday night. We can have a little extra fun crafting. So cute. Okay. So if you have to get off, it's fine. You can always come back in and watch the replay. I'm going to cut a little slit up the center here. And then from the corner to the top of the slit to get that cute little flag end. Some people call this a dovetail. And I like to do it this way because I know you can fold your ribbon to do it, but I am the person that cuts it wrong and then tries to fold it again. And the next thing you know, I have no tail left for my bow. So I just cut a little slit up the center, however high up I want to go, and then corner to the top of the slit and corner to the top of the slit. And of course, I will take pictures of everything, especially once I get things finished, and post them for you. All right, let's go ahead and do this side. And I hope that all of you that were our guests tonight, I hope you enjoyed watching this. So we have a choice here. We could, I'm actually putting this up here a little bit because, again, I don't want to cover up my artwork. I think it looks cute like that, kind of, and it kind of covers up this bulky part of the handle. Now, I could tie this on, but I think even if I tie this on, I want to have some extra glue. I'm actually just going to glue it. So I'm going to put my glue kind of right here. I'm going to use my hot glue. And then I'm going to just kind of hold this down. Just let it grab the hot glue. There we go. I'm going to turn this into a little bow. And then tie knots in the tails. This is where I think you could do something fun on the tag side, because these bows will be on the heart side. And then I'm going to cut just a little bit below the knot. And then that also gives me a place that I could add one of my little wooden hearts. And then, of course, I can fluff my bow back up. That's pretty cute. So you could add a little heart there. You could add a little button. whatever you want. Let's just add a little heart. And I like the pink and the red. I think that looks really cute. And then, of course, I can go back in. I'll go back in and I'll stickle everything so that everything sparkles, right? So that everything sparkles. Yes. Okay. So, oh my gosh, look at me. I'm like a wild woman up here crafting on this Friday night. Isn't that so cute, you guys? I think it's just really adorable. Isn't that fun? I can still move my handle, so it'll be easy to store. And then I'm going to put all my little treats in here. I'm going to put my little Valentine treats in here. And again, yeah, you can add, like, I might even add a little gold accent, maybe a little gold work on my wooden heart. I don't know, whatever you want to do, right? We can have fun with it, whatever we want to do. And then going back to this side, I'll do the same exact thing on this side, right? So I'll have the two little bows. And then I do like the idea of doing something kind of special on these. Maybe even just a tiny little button or a sequin, maybe gold sequin or a little tiny button, a black button, a red, a pink, you know, just something to add a little something fun on the other sides, right? We don't want that side to feel left out. Okay, so all I have left to do on these is just add my other bow, any pin work I want to add, and then I can go in and add my stickles so that everything is pretty and sparkly, and stand it up and let it dry overnight. And then I'm ready to put treats in it. I'll be ready to add my cute little Valentine treats, Valentine candy, all the things. And then let's go back again and look at our cute little Valentine cards. So cute. You guys, these were napkins. They were napkin tissue. And now they're these cute, super cute little tags that I'm going to be hanging on my treat packages for my grandkids. Yes. And not just them. I'm going to do some for my coworkers and everybody up here too. Yeah, I just think they're really, really fun. Okay, so if you watched tonight and you enjoyed what you saw and you're like, wow, this is really fun, I want to learn more about this, I want to try out the Napkin Club, now is the time. Now is the time to come over and join us. We have a special welcome gift for you. The Napkin Club has a certain amount of spots that we've opened up for 2026. Once we hit that number, we'll have to operate off of a wait list until we're able, because I have to do a lot of the napkin designs, and the printing and the quantities and all of that has to be done pretty far ahead. In fact, this year it's got to be even more ahead. So yeah, it's really, we have such a great time in this group, and I'd love to share more with you. And I want to thank you for being our guest tonight in the Napkin Club, and thank you to all my Napkin Club members for watching. And now I'm going to do our giveaway. Did you forget? Yeah, we have a giveaway. So let me show you what I'm giving away. Since spring is coming, I'm giving away this really cute little shiplap Easter bunny cutout. These has cute little wooden flowers in here, a cute little wooden tag, some ribbon, and then also some really pretty little, there's like 3 different napkins in here. I think it would make a very cute little spring project. So this is my giveaway tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and draw for this. So give me just a second, and I'm going to pop it up on our screen here. All right, let's see who is going to win. All right, here we go. Hopefully you're seeing this. Yes, you are. Okay, good. All right, let's see who the winner's going to be. Kathy Auntie. Is it Auntie? Kathy, you are our winner. So you guys give it up for Kathy. Thank you so much for watching tonight, Kathy. And all we need you to do to claim your prize, okay, all we need you to do to claim your prize, sorry, I'm trying to get back to my regular screen here. There we go, is to email us. Okay, so just email us at info@misstracycreates.com. Okay, and just say, hey, I was the prize winner for tonight's Napkin Crafting Create and Connect session. And then we'll make sure that we have your shipping address and everything so that we can send your little fun little prize package here to you. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. I hope you had fun. I enjoyed hanging out with you tonight. This was really a lot of fun. And I'd love for you to come over and try out the Napkin Club. February is going to be so much fun. Come back Sunday night and you can watch the live reveal. I'm going to show you all the napkins in the February Crafters Napkin Bundle, which is called Easter Garden Party. We're trying to get ahead of certain seasons and holidays. And it's just so cute. You're going to love it. But you can come and actually see everything that's in it on Sunday night. We're also going to announce our grand prize giveaways that night. And then I'll be back again tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'm coming back. I'm going to be doing faith journaling in the morning at 11 a.m. And then at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, more paper crafting. It's going to be, I'll be featuring the Paper Crafters Clubhouse, the Paper Crafters Clubhouse. I have to think about it. Getting into day 4, my brain starts to get a little mushy. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. You guys keep creating. No matter what you do, find something that lights you up. Find something, someplace, something that you can do with your hands that can help to lift your spirits, right? And to create with joy. Okay. All right. You guys take care. Keep creating, and I will post pictures for you. Probably not tonight, but tomorrow. Okay. All right. Bye, guys.